Okay. So, what the topic we are discussing? We are discussing the topic that is the transportation, the circulatory system. In last class, we discussed about single circuit circulation and double circuit circulation. What is meant by single circuit circulation means if the blood passes to the heart only once, we can call it as a single circuit circulation. Example for that is fishes. Okay, and double circuit circulation means if the blood passes to the heart twice, we can call it as a double circuit circulation. Example is, best example is human beings. Okay, that mechanism we already discussed in last class. Now, the topic is most important one, that is the lymphatic system. The topic we are discussing, that is the lymphatic system. What is that lymphatic system? We are discussing the circulatory system. Then what is that lymphatic system? Lymph. Lymph means here, it is a Latin word which means a water. Okay. Okay. So further we'll discuss that. So how the blood circulation is going on? So here the blood is moving through the, we already know that, through a blood vessels. We'll be having two types of blood vessels, arteries and veins. Okay. So from the heart to the various body parts, various except lungs, the blood will be passed to the through the blood vessel. We are calling that blood vessel as a artery. Okay. Again, the oxygenated blood will be passing, will be carrying from the heart to the body parts except lungs with the help of the blood vessel, that is the artery, that is oxygenated blood. After here, the whatever the oxygen is present in the blood, that will be used up by the body parts. Okay, after utilizing that the oxygen, the carbon dioxide will be released out. We are calling that blood as a deoxygenated blood. The deoxygenated blood from the various body parts to the, again it will be carried to the heart with the help of another blood vessel. We are calling it as a vein. Okay. So here this the point we discussed in earlier class. Now, that is here, as the blood is flowing through the tissues here, the blood is flowing through the, blood flows through the tissues and through capillaries. Capillaries means we already discussed where at the time of discussion regarding to the blood vessels. It is another type of blood vessel, that is capillary, a hair length, that is it will be having a thickness of only one cell thickness. Capillary is also a Latin word which we are calling it as, that is the meaning of its capillary is hair length. Okay, that much width it will be having, the diameter it will be having. So whatever the blood is flowing through the artery and through the veins, that will be finally it has to be reached through the capillaries only. Through the capillaries only it will be directly connected to the cells. Okay, so here what the blood is carrying? Blood is carrying here the fluids and also some of the nutrients. Okay, so here constantly the through the blood some of the fluids and some of the materials will be flowing constantly through that is through the blood vessels. Okay, and some amount of fluids and the material, that is the solid materials here we have to say, are constantly flowing over them at different junctions. Okay, such materials have to be collected and sent back into the blood capillaries. Okay, so we know that blood circulates in the blood vessels which will be pushed by the heart. Okay, so from the heart it flows into the arteries, and from the arteries it will be reaches to the organs, and the organs to the tissues, tissues to the cells. Okay, with the help of the capillaries. So to supply nutrients to the cells, okay, for the sake of supply of the nutrients to the cells, so the liquid portion of the blood with nutrients flow out of the capillaries. It has to be, whatever the blood is carrying through the blood vessels, it has to be flow into the capillaries. Okay, I'll show you the picture, that by showing the picture only it will be understandable to you. Here you can see. So the left side of the heart, what is the which type of blood will be carrying from the left side of the heart? Oxygenated blood. Okay, so through the artery, the blood is carrying. Okay, through the artery, the blood is carrying through the body parts. So again, it will be ended up with the that is a small blood vessels, a hair length blood vessels. We are calling them as a okay. Okay, ma'am. These capillaries, it will be carry the blood and some of the solid materials to the cells. Whatever you are seeing, the red dot containing some of the round structures. Okay, we can call them as a capillaries. Sorry, we can call them as the cells. Okay, so with the help of the small sized blood vessels, that is the capillaries, it will be directly connected with the cells. Okay, so through the capillaries, the fluid portion of the blood and also the solid materials will be carried into it. So whatever the that is the liquid portion of the blood with nutrients flows out of the capillaries, we are calling it as a tissue fluid. Okay, so the tissue fluid, whatever it will be, which is present in the tissue. So here that is a group of cells. We can call them as a tissues. Okay, see here. So the tissue. So these are the small sized, we can call them as the capillaries. So the arteries are ended with the capillaries and the veins are starting point of the capillaries. We can imagine like that. Okay. So here, so these are the cells, the round structures, whatever you are seeing, we can call them as a cells. Okay, so the liquid, the tissue fluid, whatever the fluid which will be flow out from the capillaries, we are calling it as a tissue fluid. So the tissue fluid which is present in the tissues, so it has to be transported to the blood vessels. Whatever the whatever the fluid portion of the blood which will be carried through the blood vessel, that is the artery. After entering into the tissues, again from the tissues through the capillaries, only it has to be again enter into the blood vessel. Okay, got it my point or not? So whatever the solid materials or the fluid portion of the blood which will be carried through the artery, that is the red pipe, we can say, for our understanding purpose I am saying, for that is the artery, whatever it will be carrying. Okay, here it will be in the cells, it will be utilized. Again, the tissue fluid, it has to be transported into the veins. That is the vein. This is what you can say, the blue pipe. Okay. So here some portion of the tissue fluid only enters into the veins. Veins are venules. What is meant by venule? Venule means smallest vein. The large vein is again divided into a small veins. We are calling them as the venules. Here you can see. Okay, here you can see that the small blue tubes, we can call them as a venules. Okay, it will be entered into the venules, finally it entered into the veins. Okay, only some portion I am saying here. Then what about the remaining portion? Okay, remaining part of the tissue fluid, where it will be go. Okay, so the remaining portion has to be enter into the blood vessel. Whatever the fluid, some of the fluid escaped from the entering into the blood vessel, again it has to be enter into the blood vessel. This will be handed over by the lymphatic system. Got my point or not? Okay, so here understand Amma, whatever I'm saying, it is somewhat a difficult topic. So just we have to say the lymphatic system is a parallel system to the venous system. It is a parallel system to the, that is ఎలాగైతే venous system జరుగుతుందో అలాగే lymphatic system కూడా parallel గా నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది. సో ఏదైతే బ్లడ్ హార్ట్ నుంచి పంప్ అయిన తర్వాత ఆర్టరీ ద్వారా వేరియస్ బాడీ పార్ట్స్ కి వస్తుంది. అంటే ఇక్కడ ద ఆర్టరీ is carrying along with the blood some of the solid particles also, that is the nutrients we have to say. The nutrients, it will be carried to the cells, that is the tissues we have to say. Okay, so after that taking it has to be the tissue fluid. After that it has to be enter into the blood vessel, that is the vein blood vessel అంటే వెన్యూల్స్ ద్వారా వీన్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్ లోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వాలా. ఓకేనా? కానీ ఏమవుతుందంటే కొద్దిగా మాత్రమే, సమ్ పోర్షన్ మాత్రమే ఎంటర్ అవుతుంది వీన్స్ లోకి, రిమైనింగ్ పోర్షన్ ఎంటర్ అవ్వదు. మరి రిమైనింగ్ పోర్షన్ ఎంటర్ అవ్వకుంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది అంటే it will that is best example I'll say what will happen if the leftover portion of the tissue fluid it will be accumulated in the body by not entering into the veins లోకి ఎంటర్ కాకుండా అది అక్కడే అక్యుములేట్ అవుతే మరి ఏమవుతుంది అంటే for example if you can see if that is most probably it won't be experienced by you, it will be experienced by people like your old parents, okay, your grandfather, grandmother, sometimes we can also ఎప్పుడైనా బస్ లో we will do the journey in the bus, okay, that is a long journey I'm saying, a long journey, overnight journey I'm saying. So at that time you will feel swellings will be occur to the legs, మీ లెగ్స్ కి వాపు వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. Okay, so what will be happening means this is the reason there, because of not proper circulation the tissue fluid is accumulated in the organs, that is in the muscle of the leg. Because of accumulation this tissue fluid only, what will be happen means the swelling will occur. We are calling that condition as a edema. Okay, got my point, amma? Edema means, okay, so what will happen means edema will occur. So that's why this will be whatever the leftover portion is there, that leftover portion has to be that is a leftover portion మళ్ళీ వీన్స్ లోకి ఎంటర్ చేయాలి అంటే it has to be done with the help of the lymphatic system, not solid materials. It will be only the fluid portion of the blood only. Fluid portion మాత్రమే lymphatic system మన వీన్స్ లోకి, బ్లడ్ వెజల్ లోకి ఎంటర్ చేయనిస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? సో దట్స్ వై వీఆర్ కాలింగ్ లింఫాటిక్ సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ ద ప్యారలల్ సిస్టమ్ టు ద వీనస్ సిస్టమ్. ఓకే, గాట్ మై పాయింట్ అమ్మా? సో lymphatic system and circulatory system, it is the lymphatic system is the parallel system to that of the venous system. Okay, got my point? Okay, so lymph means lymphatic, it is a Latin word which means water. So here it will be transporting only the fluid portion. Okay, whatever the if it will be the tissue fluid, whatever it will be escaped from the capillaries by not entering into the veins, again it will be entered the lymphatic system. Okay, so I'll show you the picture of the lymphatic system, how this will be with the help of the lymph nodes. So see here the lymphatic system in our body. So whatever the green branch-like structures, lymph vessels are there. Okay, lymph nodes are there. The thymus and spleen, these are the glands. However, the endocrine glands are there, but this is another, the function of these both are another thing. Okay, so this is the lymphatic system. Whatever you are seeing some round structures, these are the lymph nodes. Okay, these are the lymph nodes. Okay, so this is the parallel system. This is the lymphatic system, which is the parallel system to that of a circulatory system, especially the venous system. Okay, got it, ma? So tissue fluid is lymph present in the tissues. So the liquid portion after formation of blood clot, which we are calling it as a serum. So what's the major difference between the plasma and the serum? Plasma means the blood, the fluid portion which is forming before clotting, we can call it as a plasma, which is rich in antibodies, proteins, and the serum means the liquid portion which is formed after formation of blood clot. We can call it as a serum. The major difference between serum and plasma is very minute difference is there. Plasma will be having more antibodies and more proteins. Serum won't have that much of antibodies and proteins. Okay, and this is about the lymphatic system. Okay, in higher classes, if you'll be taking the in intermediate, somewhat depth we will discuss over there. Okay, This is about the lymphatic system. The next topic is evolution of the transport system. Evolution means changes. If you can take, evolution means changes, nothing but changes. So, if you can take you from the unicellular organisms only, the multicellular organism of the experts are saying that from the unicellular organisms only, the multicellular organisms will be arised. There is a one, what you can say, phenomena is there. So, if you take, if you go in that way, is there how the circulatory system is done in the unicellular organisms? Best example is amoeba. Okay, so in 9th class we discussed the invertebrates. What are those invertebrates? Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematohelminthes. Okay, and Echinoderms. Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinoderm. Sorry, I think all of you are forgotten. Whatever you learned in 9th class, we had to remember, ma. Okay, so in the invertebrates means the organisms which don't have the vertebral column. Okay, and simply say backbone. We can call them as the invertebrates. So in the invertebrates, the circulatory system won't occur, won't be there. Circulation is there. The circulatory system is there, but it is very, very, very simple. Very simple circulatory system we can find over there. If you can take here the best example, that is the amoeba. Unicellular. By having with a single cell only, it can able to cope up whatever the metabolic activities it can require. With the help of the pseudopodia, through the body surface only, it can able to get whatever it will require. So diffusion process. Okay, in 9th class we discussed. Okay, in respiration, at the time of respiration also, at the time of respiration also, I discussed with you that is regarding to the diffusion. Diffusion means movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, so like that only here, not with the diffusion, here Brownian movement. Brownian movement means best example is the paste in the, what you can say, uh, paste in the paste tube. In the paste tube, whenever we are pressing at the back, what will be happening? It will be moving front, no? అందరికి అర్థమైందా? పేస్ట్ ట్యూబ్ లో ఎలాగ మనం వెనకల ప్రెస్ చేసినప్పుడు ముందుకు వస్తుంది కదా వెనకున్న పేస్ట్ అంతా కూడా. సో అలాగా మూమెంట్ అనేది సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టమ్, యూనిసెల్లార్ సిస్టమ్ లో సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టమ్ అనేది అలా జరుగుతుంది. వీఆర్ కాలింగ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ బ్రానియన్ మూమెంట్. ఓకే, and the next one is porifera. Poriferans, the second invertebrate is the porifera. Best example is sponges. So porifera, the whole its body it will be having the pores. So that's why we are calling it as a porifera. The phylum belongs to the porifera. Example is sponges. So by having the water currents with the help of the flagella, cilia, all of you got it or not? So these with the help of flagella and cilia only you can able to make the movements. Okay, so flagella and cilia. So here sponges with the help of the flagella, it can able to make, that is the water currents. So through this the circulatory system will be done. And the next one is the cnidarians. That is the coelentrates, hydra. Once you get remember my hydra, jellyfish. Okay, so with the help of a blind sac-like structure, that is the gastrovascular cavity. So with the help of the gastrovascular cavity, that is here digestive system and circulatory system is common in the coelentrates, the hydra. Okay, so which can so with the help of digestion and transportation of, so here both are same only. So the direct transportation of nutrients to the blood will be done in the coelentrates or cnidarians. Example hydra. And the platyhelminthes, next phylum is the platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes example is tapeworm. Okay, the tapeworm in this is total, most of its body is occupied by the digestive system only, very highly branched digestive system. So here, by having the highly branched digestive system in these animals, the excretory system collects waste from each cell individually. So by having the highly branched digestive system, the whatever the digested food is there, it will be direct. అంటే ఇక్కడ మొత్తం దాని బాడీ అంతా కూడా డైజెస్టివ్ సిస్టమ్ అనేది మాక్సిమం ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంటుంది. బ్రాంచ్డ్ కాబట్టి ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవరీ సెల్ కి ఫుడ్ ని సప్లై చేస్తుంది సెల్ కి. అలాగే ఎక్స్క్రిటరీ సిస్టమ్ కూడా ఒక్కొక్క సెల్ నుంచి వేస్ట్ ని కలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటుంది. అలాగే నిమాటీ హెల్మెంతిస్ లో సూడో సీలోమ్ అంటాం. బిఫోర్ దట్ డిస్కసింగ్ వాట్ ఈస్ మీన్ బై సీలోమ్. సీలోమ్ అంటే ఏంటిది? What is meant by coelom? This is a new word to you. That is in 9th class we discussed, but you are forgotten, I think so. Okay. See here the picture, the coelom. That is the space which is present between the body cavity and the alimentary canal. That is coelom అని అంటాం. Alimentary canal means you already know the digestive system from mouth to anus, we can call it as the alimentary canal. ఫస్ట్ వచ్చేసి ఏసిలోమేట్ అంటే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ప్లాటిహెల్మింథిస్. టేప్ వామ్ లో సీలోమ్ అనేది ఉండదు. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ చూడండి గట్ డైరెక్ట్ హైలీ బ్రాంచ్. ఇక్కడ మీకు కొన్ని విల్లై లాగా యూ షేప్డ్ లాగా కనిపిస్తున్నాయి కదా. సో హైలీ బ్రాంచ్ ఉండడం వల్ల తిన్నదంతా కూడా డైరెక్ట్ గా సెల్స్ కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ చూడండి సూడో సీలోమ్ లో ఇక్కడ మనకి సూడో అంటే సీలోమ్ లాగా ఉన్నట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది కానీ సీలోమ్ ఉండదు అక్కడ. అంటే ఇక్కడ మధ్యలో ద స్పేస్ ప్రెసెంట్ బిట్వీన్ ద బాడీ వాల్ అండ్ ద ఎలిమెంటరీ కెనాల్ సీలోమ్ లాగా ఉంటుంది కానీ సీలోమ్ ఉండదు. ఓకేనా? సో ఇక్కడ కానీ ఈ సూడో సీలోమ్ వల్లనే మనకి కలెక్షన్ అండ్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ న్యూట్రియంట్స్ తీసుకుంటుంది. నెక్స్ట్ చూడండి, నెక్స్ట్ వన్ అనలిడ్స్. యూసిలోమెట్స్ అంటే ట్రూ సిలోమెట్స్. ఇప్పుడు అనలిడ్స్ కి వచ్చేసరికి అర్థవామ్ లో మనకు అక్కడ ఆర్టరీస్ వీన్స్ లాగా కనిపిస్తాయి. ఆర్టరీస్ వీన్స్ అంటే ఇక్కడ వి కాంట్ మనం అది అనుకోవాల్సిందే. డార్సల్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్, వెంట్రల్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్. పైన చూడండి ఇక్కడ డార్సల్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్ అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎలిమెంటరీ కెనాల్ మధ్యలో, ఎలిమెంటరీ కెనాల్ పైన ఉన్నదాన్ని డార్సల్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్, కింద ఉన్నదాన్ని వెంట్రల్ బ్లడ్ అంటే డార్సల్ సైడ్. మనకు తెలుసు డార్సల్ అంటే పైన అర్థవామ్ పైన సర్ఫేస్ ని డార్సల్ అంటాం, దాని కింది భాగాన్ని వెంట్రల్ అని అంటాం. డార్సల్ సైడ్ ఒక బ్లడ్ వెజల్ ఉంటుంది, వెంట్రల్ సైడ్ ఒక బ్లడ్ వెజల్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ డార్సల్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్ we can treat it as a artery and ventral blood vessel we can treat it as a veins. Okay, so not exactly artery and vein but they will be function like that. సో ఇక్కడ బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి. సో ఫస్ట్ బ్లడ్ వెజల్ మనకి ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది ఏ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ లో అంటే యూసిలోమేట్స్, దట్ ఈస్ అనలిడ్స్. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అర్థవామ్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్స్ లో విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ that is what you can say a pulsatile organ. That is, it will be working like a heart but it is not actually the heart is there, but here in cockroach will be having 13 chambered heart ఉంటుంది. దేనికి? కాక్రోచ్ కి. ఓకేనా? అంటే ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్ కి. సో ఇక్కడ బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్ కానీ ఇక్కడ బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్ ఉండవు. The blood vessels will be absent in the arthropods. కానీ ఇక్కడ we can say in annelids heart is absent, that is the pumping organ is absent but blood vessels are present. Why I am stressing here means one more point we have to arise here. Okay, but in arthropods blood vessels are absent but heart is present. How many chambered heart? 13 chambered heart is present. Okay, so here the blood is directly connected with the organs without having any blood vessels. Where in the arthropods. Okay, so such type of transportation where the blood is transported directly to the organs, we are calling that type of circulatory system as a open type of circulatory system. Okay, open type of circulatory system. We'll be having two types of circulatory system: open type of circulatory system and closed type of circulatory system. Okay, if two examples we discuss now, two examples. One is with the annelids and another one is with the arthropods. In annelids, what I said, blood vessels are there. Okay, that is, that will be acting as dorsal blood vessel and ventral blood vessel. కానీ ఇక్కడ వీన్స్ లో కాక్రోచెస్ లో చూసుకున్నట్టయితే బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్ ఆర్ absent. ఓకే, ఓన్లీ ఛాంబర్ హార్ట్ ఈస్ ప్రెసెంట్, 13 ఛాంబర్డ్ హార్ట్ ఈస్ ప్రెసెంట్. మనకి ఇక్కడ బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్ లో బ్లడ్ ఫ్లో అవుతే ఆ టైప్ ఆఫ్ బ్లడ్ సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టమ్ ని క్లోజ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టమ్. Got my point? What is meant by closed type of circulatory system? If the blood passes to the organs from the heart through blood vessels, we can call that type of circulatory system as a closed type of circulatory system. If the blood is passing to the organs from the pumping organ without blood vessels, that is directly without having any blood vessels, it will be directly connected to the organs. We are calling that as an open type of circulatory system. Closed type and open type. I will show you that picture also. Open type and closed type. Yes, here it is. See the picture, ma. So in arthropods, this is a open circulatory system. Arthropods ante insects. Okay, arthro joint legged animals అని అంటాం. See here the closed type of circulatory system. Earthworm we can see here. So ఇక్కడ చూడండి, you can dorsal vessel is there and ventral vessel is there. Dorsal vessel here, it will be acting as a artery, and ventral blood vessel here, it is acting as a vein. It won't, that is here. Between that, a heart-like structures will be present. Heart లాగా ఉంటాయి అంతే, hearts కాదు. Okay, 8 pairs of hearts ఉంటాయి దీనికి. That is the earthworm will be having 8 pairs of heart. అంటే 16 hearts ఉంటాయని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. Whatever you are seeing here, ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారా కొంచెం? Okay, see the picture here. Whatever you are seeing, that is they will be acting as a heart amount. Okay, so if the blood is passing to the organs, to the blood vessels, we can call it as a closed circulatory system. If the blood is passing, we see here, we can't see whatever you are seeing here. So here కొన్ని చూడండి, కొంచెం అంతా మనకి ఛాంబర్స్ చూడండి ఇక్కడ. Okay, it will be okay. See here, chambers are there, it won't have any vessels. Okay, so here it will be directly connecting to the organs. Directly arrow marks చూడండి. See, directly connecting to the organs. So here this type of circulatory system as a open circulatory system, very important for competitive exams and also for your exams also. Okay, so this is about the closed circulatory system and open type of circulatory system. Anybody can say human beings is a closed or open type? Human beings are closed or open type? Which type of circulatory system human beings? Nobody are answering. Open up. We won't have blood vessels. We won't have blood vessels, I'm asking. Huh? మనకి blood vessels ఉండవా? Closed. Wherever you can find the blood vessels, మనకి blood vessels ఉన్నాయి అంటేనే blindly we can say the type of circulatory system as a closed type of circulatory system. If you won't have blood vessels, we can call that organism as a will be having open type of circulatory system. Okay, got it, Emma? So next one note is there, the human circulatory system, that is from the head to the toe, that is a very large body, that is approximately 2 meters, but the blood will be flown within 60 seconds from the heart to the foot. The circulation will be done within 1 minute. మన హార్ట్ నుంచి ఫుట్ వరకు ఎంతసేపట్లో బ్లడ్ ఫ్లో అయిపోతుంది, ఎంతసేపట్లో చేరుతుంది అంటే వితిన్ 1 minute, వితిన్ 60 seconds. Okay, got it, Amma? Because of with the help of this well developed mechanism, circulatory mechanism, with the help of this what you can say, transportation system, well developed transport system in the human beings, within very less time from the head to the toe, from the heart to the toe, we have to say from the heart to the toe the blood will be flowing. Okay, so this is about the lymphatic system, what we have discussed, and evolution of circulatory system. And the next most important topic and the 4 marks question, that is the blood pressure, BP. Okay, what is meant by BP? The name itself indicating that is from the heart to the artery, the blood has to be flown. Okay, with pressure. The force will it will require.